Is the gang leader dead, or what is really happening? What can you say about the current situation in Haiti?
So I think our forces are not just making merry there. They are collecting intelligence. They are consistently working towards having their mission accomplished in Haiti.
Now, they have declared that they are now ready for the war,
Yes.
because they knew that they cannot be good boys, and at the same time, they want to win the fight. You must take stand.
Kenya did not go to Haiti to maintain neutrality.
Yes.
That is one thing that you have to make sure. Kenya went to support the government of Haiti.
True.
So that they can conduct elections and elect a legitimate government. We understand that right now Haiti has gone for very many years without a government. There is no ultimatum that the gangs will make against the government of the day. Right now, they are short-handed. The benefit lies, or the people who have power are people who are in government and with the support of the MSS forces. So that means that the gangs do not have leverage. They don't have that laxity to sit down and say, let us make a deal. Yeah. A deal for who? You are short-armed. If you try and
you cannot negotiate with someone who is really armed. It's very hard to negotiate. If someone is really armed, you need to arm yourself, and you need to be ready for the war.
Hello guys, welcome to yet another great session, and today we are still discussing about Haiti and the continued MSS work in Haiti. Jeff.
Thank you so much, Bonnie. I think this is the best episode that our viewers usually love, because we update them on whatever that is happening in Haiti currently.
Yes.
Right now, it has been silence in Haiti. People are wondering what is really happening to our soldiers, what is really happening on the ground, what is really happening to the barbecue, the leader of the gang leader. Is the gang leader dead, or what is really happening? What can you say about the current situation in Haiti? Just our view on whatever that is happening.
I will take some things that you've said, current and water.
Yes.
They say that when you see a river, it's very calm.
Yeah.
Do not underestimate it. The current is still flowing deep there. So I think our forces are not just making merry there. They are collecting intelligence. They are consistently working towards having their mission accomplished in Haiti. So what is happening is that, and we also alluding to some article that we saw, that Kenya cannot be quote unquote good boys and win Haiti.
Yes, Kenya police can't be good boys in Haiti and automatically win the fight.
Exactly.
You know very well that Kenya decided they wanted firearms. Now they have declared that they are now ready for the war, because they knew that they cannot be good boys, and at the same time they want to win the fight. You must take stand.
Exactly.
What can you say?
Kenya did not go to Haiti to maintain neutrality.
Yes.
That is one thing that you have to make sure. Kenya went to support the government of Haiti.
True.
So that they can conduct elections and elect a legitimate government. We understand that right now Haiti has gone for very many years without a government. So there is a need for that nation to hold elections. But before that, there has to be law and order. There has to be some kind of sobriety as a nation. So Kenya did not go to Haiti to stand in the way of the government and in the way of the gangs.
Yeah.
They went there to fight the gangs. So that has to be made very clearly, and they have to take one side and attack the other so that they can start making gains. So that is how I also understood that. Back to you.
Yeah, even if the residents of Haiti, they want that. They don't want the government to make peace with the gang.
Exactly.
They want them to take stand. Even the residents in Haiti, they were saying that Kenya police didn't went in Haiti to maintain peace and roaming around the street. They went there to attack the gangs and make sure that the Haiti is back well off again.
Yes.
You know very well that the Kenya police have not decided to come up that they want firearms. They want firearms from other countries. They want firearms from Kenyans. In that, they have tried. They have tried to come come up with a solution on how they can bring the peace in Haiti. But I think that it have declared that wanting peace, it has failed.
Yes.
Now they are ready for the war. They are ready to fight the gang, and they are ready to attack the gang. What can you say about the gang?
There is no ultimatum that the gangs will make against the government of the day. Right now, they are short-handed. The benefit lies, or the people who have power are people who are in government and with the support of the MSS forces. So that means that the gangs do not have leverage. They do not have that laxity to sit down and say, let us make a deal.
Yeah.
A deal for who? You are short-armed. If you try and start making jokes about these things, they will come for you. So what do? What are you supposed to do? Lay down your arms and work with the government of the day, work with the country to make peace. That is the only thing that these people are supposed to do, because at the end of the day, we need a nation to work. So what they are supposed to do is, one, if they need to come to the table, the only discussion that Gary Cornell, the Prime Minister, should hold with them is how they're going to lay down their arms. The only discussion is how they're going to surrender.
Yeah, true.
They should not have a discussion of how they're going to still maintain their arms and still remain in the society, because it has been done before and it has failed. So that is why we are saying that the Kenyan forces, the MSS forces, Jamaica, Bangladesh, Benin, they are going to send their forces there, they are not supposed to go there to start holding conversations, to start negotiating with these people. It will not work. Yeah, if you want to win, and a win for Haiti is not just a win to stop arms today and leave the country, because they're going to take only 1 year. It's not just, that is not counted as a win. A win for Haiti is when that country will stay 5 years and conduct another general election, and someone else will be elected and still remain as peaceful as it can be. So that will be considered a win for Haiti. So it is not something that is short term. The guns can go silent today, but what about 5 years? Can a business person in Haiti, a Haitian business person, be in Haiti and plan for his business 5 years forward? Can a school-going child plan for his life or her life 10 years forward? Yeah? Can we trust that the economy of that country will be still active, still operating, still profitable 5 years forward? So that is the win that we are looking for when we are saying that Kenya is going to a mission in Haiti. We are not looking at just capturing Barbecue and taking him to prison. Of course, that is something that they can do even overnight. Yeah, I mean, Osama, if we can compare Osama, and I'm not saying that Barbecue is Osama in any way. Osama was assassinated by the United States. Yeah, but that didn't stop the insurgencies in Middle East. Afghanistan was still in fighting. We know that they are still, Al-Qaeda is still active through even Al-Shabaab and even in West Africa. So we need systems to work. And if we need systems to work, it is total, completely laying down of arms and having a very, very strong resolve that the people of Haiti need, that their government, that their people are going to remain peaceful, and that Kenya needs to take a stand. They need to take a side and support the government to suppress these criminals so that Haiti can move forward.
Yeah, that is what even the Prime Minister of Haiti wants, Gary O'Neill. That is what he wants, because he said that he's not going to negotiate with the gang leader. He's not ready. You know very well, in the first day, Barbecue wanted a dialogue, but the Prime Minister of Haiti didn't want anything to do with the gang. They want the gang to surrender, or they were going to take action.
Yes.
In that they have ordered firearms, it means that they are ready for war and they are ready to attack the gang, and they are fully ready. That's what I can say. And in our forefathers usually say that you cannot negotiate with someone who is really armed. It's very hard to negotiate. If someone is really armed, you need to arm yourself, and you need to be ready for the war. That's the reason why the Haiti Prime Minister is ready now for the war and is ready to attack the gang. Even the culture that was going to be celebrated in Haiti was postponed,
Yes.
because he knew that Haiti is not not a peaceful place right now. That is the reason why the event was postponed. So it means before it reached the 8th of September,
Yes.
there is something that the Prime Minister and the Kenya police, they are going to do in Haiti and to make sure that there is peace in Haiti. That's what I can say. Yes.
Yeah. To finish off, I think, as we have said, and we are continuing to say, if the government of Haiti wanted to make peace with these gangs, I think they would have done it without the MSS.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, there will be no need of having an international force spending all that money, all that political discussions and all, just to go there and then make them shake hands. I think that will not be appropriate. If they were to shake hands with the armed rebels, they will just do it, and without even the help of any other system. But right now, they are empowered. They have all the arms. They have all the power. They should just take over the country as soon as possible.
Yes, what I can say as you are finishing is that this is my advice to the gang leader. If you really love your country, you need to stop all this and maintain peace, and you need to surrender, because there are bad things that they have done to the country. Because you cannot say you are a gang leader and in that you haven't done something that is bad.
Yeah.
You must do something that is bad for you, for your own gain.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So if you really love the country, as you say, as you always say, that you don't want to be led by a politician. Right now, Gary O'Neill is not a politician, and you need to surrender so that your country can be at peace. That's how we can know that you are truly, truly an Haitians. Until next time, we say game over.